Alright, so this is going to be super easy. This is how to install a fish finder on your Walmart kayak for free. So pretty easy with the process, the setup, running the wires and all that kind of stuff. So right now I have a Garmin Striker 4 hooked up onto the Sun Dolphin Journey 10. Alright, so I'm going to walk you through the entire process. Alright, so the first thing that I did was I installed the transducer, and this is super simple. I saw a lot of guys, they'll try to put it up underneath and mount it to the belly of the kayak and all this kind of stuff, but I just wanted to make it super simple. So underneath this front scupper plug here, I just came in and I mounted it up in there. It's in there pretty good, not going anywhere. I like it a little loose just in case you knock into something that gives it a little leeway. And it doesn't really affect the performance that I noticed too much. So the whole point of this video is to try to do this for pretty much free, almost absolutely free, just with a couple miscellaneous tools you have laying around the house. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need some drill bits and a screwdriver and obviously a drill, right? So what I did, the only thing you need to have just laying around is, see this wood here, this is from a flagpole. So you just got an old flagpole laying around in the garage, make your life pretty easy. So here's a sample one that I did first. This is a 1/2 inch hole down the center, and then this is a 1/8 hole on the side here. That was just for this screw, the set screw that I used to hold it in place. The reason you need the 1/2 inch hole to feed this wire is because the connection on the end, it just fit a little better with, I tried to do a 3/8, but the connection that goes into the head unit itself, just a little nicer with a 1/2 inch drill bit. The next thing that I did was, once you do that, you're pretty much almost done with this whole project. So then you just do a couple screws in the side just to hold it in place. So it keeps it at almost a 90-degree angle. So basically the transducer is mounted like so. So you want to have it mounted almost basically at 90 degrees, right? So when the transducer is on the bottom side of the kayak, it's actually facing this way. When it's mounted on the bottom side of the kayak, it's reading level to where the ground would be. So I'll go underneath and I'll show you what it looks like. So it's pretty much as easy as that. You put those 2 set screws in the side just to hold it in place, and it slides just up into the scupper pole right up in the front. You see that there, fits nice and clean. It's not hitting anything. The lower side of the kayak is much below, probably about 3 inches lower than the actual transducer itself. So you're not really hitting anything unless you do come up along the side and smack into it. But, just be careful. I didn't have any problems when I took it out. So the reason that you have this little 1/8 inch hole there is for the set screw that's gonna come in the top. So come up here and you look down into the scupper hole. I'll turn some light. So if you look down into the scupper hole, you see that hole right there. And if you do look at my how to fix your Walmart kayak, you can see there's the scupper plug that I used in the front there. I've actually reused that for this project. So all that I did, let's see if I can set the phone down. Okay, so that goes there. When you run this screw down into that hole, I made a little V-notch for the wire to come out. And so when you set that screw in place, it holds the wire nice and snug in there, doesn't go anywhere, and it holds the transducer from falling out of the bottom, which is pretty easy and convenient. So what it looks like with this test piece is just like that. Set screw goes right into it, holds it in place. You have the 2 set screws going into the side that keeps the transducer from moving back and forth. First step, once that's done, you're left with all these wires. So I just kept the twist tie that came with in the package, and I just twist tie it back up, and then nice and conveniently sits there. All the wires get tucked away, and then when you move that foot shut, it just keeps it there, keeps it away from your feet. So obviously when I'm done, I'll tidy it up and you can see exactly how it's done. Nice, neat, clean, out of your way. So that brings you up to the wire that goes into the head unit itself, and so clearly this is up here, and you just plug and play, good to go. The next thing is your power wire, and this is where a lot of people get freaked out. Oh, how do I do it? Where do I put it? How am I going to run the wires through my kayak? It was really easy actually. So all that you're going to do is, I'm going to take these off so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, there you go. So super simple. When you have your wire here, all that you're going to do, see how it likes to fall back in there? Once you get it started, I ran it from the front to the back. All that you need to do, just set this in place. All you need to do is take a coat hanger, stretch it out long ways, and then you're going to run it all the way into the back, right out of the hole for the fishing rod, right? All you gotta do is drill a little bit in there and you're good to go. Comes right out, nice, neat, clean, you know, no damage, no problems. I haven't noticed any water in this little storage unit in the back, and nothing was really inside the bottom of the kayak, so it's not a problem for me. So, okay, so all we're gonna do, take the rod holder out. Boom, easy as that. So I'll show you two little notches that I made, right? What I did was, you can see how nice and clean the hole is up towards the front of it. So I actually drilled with a small drill bit just inside that. Then I just use a knife, cut the rest out, kind of just smooth it off. Pretty good, a little piece of sandpaper, good to go. Then in here, all you need to do, yeah, you can see there's a little nick on the wire because that was from me before I tried to force it in there, and so don't do that. But wire's still intact, that's just the rubber coating on the outside. All you do, you just cut away a little bit so you can little knife marks inside there. Fits nice and snug as long as you don't do what I did and you keep the wire just inside the rim of this green, then you'll be good to go. And then the rod slides in like so. Fits in, the wire goes nice and snug into there, and you are money. Perfect. Now, the last thing is, so clearly, I guess I should have described that more. That's the power line. It starts here, comes all the way down through the kayak, up out of here, and comes into the back, to the battery source, right? So nobody tells you on YouTube, online, anywhere, what kind of battery to use. You can go, when you pick this up, if you buy this off Walmart, I think the fish finder is like $100. They offer you a battery on Amazon. I actually found this at Walmart. It's one of these Ever Starts, and it only weighs 4 pounds, which is fantastic, especially for this application. I think it's supposed to be made for ATVs, quads, that type of thing. So all that I did, very super simple, easy, put a piece of Velcro in the bottom and then a piece of Velcro up underneath here. And this Velcro holds 15 pounds. I actually throw this kayak up over my shoulder while it's Velcroed to this, and it doesn't fall, doesn't move around, nothing. Totally perfect. So for me, for my application, it was great. Even the wires have stayed connected. So if you want, I haven't done it to the ground side yet, but the positive, I put a little connector clip, so all I gotta do is slide it in there, tighten the screw, and I'm good to go, plug and play. And all you gotta do is just slide it up onto the Velcro. Once it's on there, it doesn't go anywhere. You put the lid on, seal out the water, and you're set. You're good to go. All you gotta do is come up here, you take your fish finder, and I love this little plug and play system. Clicks in, perfect. I have to tighten that screw. You plug the power line into the back here. Okay, power's plugged in. Transducer cable that we gotta tidy up those wires. This comes in. Okay, we got both of our cables plugged in. We got our power line and we got our transducer line. So now we test it. Beeps once, turns on, perfect. Garmin. Give it a second, and there it goes. So you have your traditional map. If we wanted to view that, we just click the little check mark. And there comes our traditional. Starts displaying, we can go back. I like to use the split frequency. This is nice. You get the 200 on this side, and you get the 77 over here. And I also like to use the waypoint and traditional. This is super nice. Great feature from Garmin. Really like that. You see all your waypoints, where you're going. And if you're marking any fish there, you can just drop a point down if you catch something, anything like that. So hopefully that's super simple for you. And yeah, I like it. It basically is free. All you need to have are a couple simple tools and a little bit of piece of wood hanging around, or I'm sure you can go to Home Depot or any place like that. This is the only additional thing that you need. There's a little piece of wood like that. I'm sure PVC would work just fine, just as long as you can get a set screw to go work into that, and you'd be set. So I hope you guys found this useful. I do like making these short little clips and videos of how-tos, and if you guys have a comment of what you want to see next, or if you have a question or a project you want to do, gladly answer it or try to help you out with it. So if you would, if you like watching these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.